All right.
It's good. It's live. Okay. Okay. Hit that door. Hit the door. Hit the doors. Hit the doors. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. What's up? Hopefully everybody's here. I just want to make sure everybody's on. So I just see if you can't just put it on the I know Dave, I know Leon, I know Asia, but do me a favor, whoever's on, just type it right here on the side so we know we're in. All I see is Armante.
In the comments on the right, you can type in your name. Is this Armante? If you're on, if you could put your name, there we go. We got Canal, we got T. Anyone else?
Samar on, Sierra on, Amara on.
I don't know if they work today. I know Samar works today, but she may be with someone.
You want to wait or should I just start?
I think you should go ahead.
Dante's driving.
It's being recorded too, so if they don't make it on, then
okay, no problem. So I'll just go ahead and get started. No worries. So so yes, we wanted to talk to leadership before we had this town hall at 9 p.m. So I got some numbers for you guys for Prime. So Prime, we had a successful Prime for week 39 and week 29 and week 30, which was 2 weeks of Prime from the 14th, July 14th to the 27th. We had 78,081 delivered packages, so about 78,000 packages in those 2 weeks. RTS packages returned was 279, so that's just 279. Total routes we did for those 2 weeks was 334 for the total routes, and is camera good? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And delivery success was 99%. So that was the delivery success for those 2 weeks. So either way, we had a good Prime. The whole business is making sure that we do everything up to Prime, and then October Prime, which is like 1 week, and then peak, right? So but the main ones is Prime in the summer, and then 1 week in October, and then going into peak. Okay, cool. So here's the news we wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So we've been at DMD 5 for about 2 years, I believe. Yeah, about 2 years. I think this year will make 2 years. I think we came in 2022 and like around like November, October, right? So we was at DBA 2 Hanover, and when we came here, just to kind of give you guys some, if you don't know, I'm just kind of telling you. So we moved here because the old location in Hanover shut down. And that was an old building, it wasn't an Amazon building, it's considered a legacy building. And Amazon didn't want to work out those buildings no more, so we came to an Amazon built building. And when we came to Amazon built building, we had an opportunity to go to Marlboro, Upper Marlboro, or come to where we at right now, DMD 5. So we came here because most of the team we found was, here. It would have been a longer commute, right? But also when we came here, there was 3 DSPs here, and one DSP was exiting, which we already knew before we came here. So when we came here, we was under the impression that this building can support 2 DSPs. That was what we was told. And we started looking at the numbers, and we didn't really see it because we came right at peak. And then we had 2 DSPs. So the numbers is good. That's when, I don't know if you guys remember, we was like around like high 20s. There was no teens as far as routes. Like today, we're running like 16, right? Or 15, or yesterday 14. There was no teens. Everything was in the 20s. And then they brought in 3 DSPs. They brought in Ace. Is that Ace? ACET, the other company. I think it's Ace. Mm-hmm. So they brought in Ace. So anyway, Shazi's team. So then we started seeing the routes were not looking like how they supposed to look, right? And we was like, okay, you know what? I'm talking to the business coach. I'm talking to Kathy. I'm talking to the people above Kathy. And me and Cass having meetings. And, really, we got to this peak. And then I saw the numbers. And I was like, these numbers are way too low for what we should be doing. So, we had to look at this and see like what's the best decision for the company as a whole. Number one, the company as a whole, and then number two, what's going to be best for the company, because right now you can only go so far with these low routes. It doesn't make sense financially. It doesn't make sense, and then we can't keep waiting for people to tell us, it's going up. When we see with our own eyes for the past 2 years, we're going into almost 2 years, going into peak, and peak is where the money is. Just like Prime is where the money is. That's why I tell everybody no PTO, no calling outs, all that stuff, right? I tell the team, overtime, all that stuff, right? So you guys know the drill. So when it came down to it, we saw how it was looking. And then on top of that, we're doing what we got to do. You guys are doing a great job, right? We're hitting Fantastic Plus consistently. We're like, Sierra may know whatever, but Asia may know as well. Of course, I know Dave knows, but we're on like a
we're on a streak. Yeah.
We have Fantastic Plus again, right?
Yeah.
We're still on a streak.
We just had a situation.
Okay, but the streak is like what? Like how
but we have, we're like 9 times in a row.
9-10 times in a row, right?
I know Asia knows. I don't know.
Asia may know, right? Either way, I'm sure Dave knows, but I know Sierra knows. But anyway, us doing that, we're doing what we got to do. We're hitting the reliability, meaning, whatever routes that Amazon gives us, we're doing more than that. We're doing 100% or more on the capacity, and then we're doing what we got to do with the performance. So those are 2 things: reliability and performance. And then on top of that, we still not seeing the routes. So we have made a decision as a company. We're leaving DMD5. DMD5 does not make sense for us long term, and we cannot wait around. So because we have been, and Cass can get into more details about it, but because we have seen how this works, I'm not waiting to go into peak to leave all that money on the table, because that building, DMD5, can only support 2 DSPs. It cannot support 3. We was under the impression when we came in there that we was replacing the 3rd, and it would just be us and RTAL. That's what it was. Then they brought in another DSP. And then we was like, why would you bring another DSP if the volume is not there? Then they kept giving us some excuse, whatever. But anyway, I was waiting to see how things are going to go with Prime, just to make sure. And we just been having some discussions. But the way Prime played out, like I just told you, I did the numbers. 78,000 packages. Let me give you an idea. We were supposed to really be delivering in Prime 100,000 packages, right? We were supposed to hit 100,000. We did 78,000. We were really supposed to do 50,000. We were supposed to hit 50,000 each week, about 50,000. We hit about, split that in half, like 35 and 34,000. That's way below, way below. And peak is going to be even higher. And I know this, we already know this building cannot deliver on those numbers. So we're going to be moving we're moving out of DMD5. We're going to go to DMD6, which is in Hanover. The last day at DMD5 is going to be August 18th. August 18th. We're going to start DMD6 August 20th, around there. So, Dave will figure out their logistics along with Leon. to move the vans, all that stuff. But just wanted to just put that out there. And let me pause. I'll pass it to Cass.
Okay. So I know this is big news, a big change for us as a company. But like I had a conversation with you guys, a couple of you guys this past week, and was sharing like we can't do anything on 14 rounds. Like we have been doing these war meetings, and we've been talking about like end of the year, how we want to give bonuses and do these different things for the team, but we can't do that off of 14 rounds. And if they are continuing to not give us the routes that we've, I don't want to say like the routes that we've earned, but the routes that we were promised or the routes that they told us we would have, then we want to go where there's opportunity. At DMD6 is close to where DBA2 used to be, and they have the route, they have the volume there, right? So going from 14, we'll probably go to 30 routes pretty quickly, and then after 30 routes, there's even opportunity to do TCO. So what that means is it enables us to position ourselves to keep our word on things that we've said. And we can't do that with 14 routes. It's just not possible. So I know you guys are probably like, oh, our team. Well, we are definitely going to be doing a huge ramp up to do hiring. This is also a time to do a reset as far as like, team members that we know are not going to do well, or there's going to be some team members that this does not work out for them because of, maybe they transportation wise, or maybe the location doesn't work out for them well. Not everybody will come with us, but we will, do our best to keep on everyone that is all the team members that are, willing to travel with us. But, we couldn't make this, they say you can't make a decision in a vacuum, right? Just like one way, like coming in. We have to look holistically at the company and the potential that we have. And like Joe talks about in the past, I don't know if you guys remember the story, but he was talking about how like sometimes it feels like your shoe is too small and you need to go up a size, and your toes are busting out the shoe. That's us. Like we're doing amazing as far as performance wise and safety wise. You guys are doing everything that you're supposed to do, and showing up for the team and promoting quality and promoting safety. But now we have to position ourselves for Amazon to do what they need to do. So in the war report, you see like, the route count has been like the same. We have not hit our goal of 25 and other things that we need in order to like I said, to fulfill our goal of, doing more for our leadership. And as you guys know, we can only do more for leadership if we have more money outside of routes. But the route count is so low, it ties our hands to what we can do for the team.
Exactly. So we outgrown DMD5. That's what it is. We came in there already. Let me give you some more. Let me just give you some more data. When we started the program started in 2018. We came on board 2019. There was less than 100 DSPs in the program. Right now it's over 1,000, right? So, this thing has grown kind of a lot fast, and we know it's not like we just came in. We're the oldest DSP in that building. Matter of fact, I used to tell the team in orientation, we're older than the building itself, right? The building started 2021. We came in 2022 in DMD5. So when we was in Hanover DBA2, there was no DMD5. It was like not even under construction, right? It was just a thought. So in saying that, we already know how this is supposed to look. If you guys have been, Connell's been over there, Samar's been over, you the OGs, you guys been at it. Dave Leon, all you guys. I'm just saying, like, we wanted to talk to you guys first. Amante, right? We want to talk to you guys first. Because at the end of the day, we have to look out for, number one, the business. Because everybody's eating off of this. And of course, we have conversations back and forth. We have conversations, and whispers. But a lot of times before we make a decision like this, we want to make sure we have done everything. A to Z, cross every T, dot every I, and see what can we do backwards, frontwards. What can we do? Because of course, ideally we don't want to move. It's a lot of work to move, right? But what I do know is being in this program, what I do know is, and I tell the team the same thing, and best believe it, we're telling the team that we are experiencing that personally. And what I'm saying is the number one thing I've learned from being in this program, teamwork is good, but that's not the number one thing I've learned. Communication is great. That's not the number one thing I've learned. Respect is definitely top. Nobody wants to be disrespected, right? That's not the number one thing I've learned. The number one thing I've learned, to be honest with you, is embracing change, adaptability. I've learned that. That's something that, I'm sure Cass can speak on as well, but we have grown in understanding that Amazon, number one, it is a climate of change. It's an organization of change. Now, Amazon didn't make this decision. We made this decision personally because guess what? We're already performing. It's not like we're performing at a low level and they came to us. No. Matter of fact, Kathy and all the business coach, they want us to stay there. Why? Because they can leverage off of us and get promoted. Let me give you an example. If you was there before we came there, Jess was there. She was one of the OTR people. She got promoted. Who was the other person? I think Tierra. I don't know what happened to her. But anyway, I don't care. What I'm saying is I've seen people leverage off of our numbers because what they do is they say, this is what they'll do. They'll come in and say, hey, this DSP was that great. We got this many DSPs in the building. Then they bring them in that building and they say, okay, based off of when they came in the building, where was all the DSPs at? And then now look at where all the DSPs are at. We took them from great to fantastic. This is what they're saying. Regardless of you guys putting in the work, this is what Amazon is saying. I'm just kind of filling you in. They'll say, this DSP was that great. This is where they was performing. Now, guess what? They're at Fantastic Plus. They're very dependable when it comes to high volume seasons. They're able to be flexible with when things go down. When it comes down to knowing who to count on, these are the companies we could count on. And based off of that, they'll look at that person and say, how much responsibility can you handle when a problem hits? And then show us the data, show us the history. And if you can handle that, guess what? We'll give you bigger problems to solve. And they get promoted and they work off of us. It's all good. That's what it is. That's the business. But what we do know, you can't work off of us and you're not feeding us. Just look at the routes right now. Look how far it dropped, right? You guys can see it with your own eyes. So I'm not waiting. We was in it. Look, even Prime was low. To be honest with you, it was low. We're not used to being under like 30. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. So, of course, we started having conversations and we approached them. Hey, listen, this is not going to work for us. This building can only support 2 DSPs. We put that out there. Now, how it came down to, does somebody else leave? Now, guess what? Here's another option. You could probably be, okay, why don't we stay and somebody else leaves, right? That could be another question. We could stay and somebody else leaves. Since we're the highest performer, why don't you just kick out the lowest performer like what we do, right? Like when you guys are looking at, when Sierra or whatever, or you guys are out there looking at, who's doing what they got to do. The person that can't perform, that's the person we move out the way, right? You don't move out the top performer, right? Check this out. We thought about that. We could stay there. And if we stay there, guess what's going to happen? Easy. We can stay there. There's no problem because we show the data. Boom. We can easily stay there. If we stay there, what's going to happen is they're going to give us back downtown routes. They'll move out the lowest DSP. They'll give you 2. They'll up your routes, give you 30, 35. But then guess what? Now you get back to downtown routes. And just to let you know on the insurance, this is the first time since we had this business that we have claims, but we rarely had bodily claims. Bodily is different from a vehicle claim. Something hits the vehicle and we got to pay out the deductible. That's different. But you know what bodily is? My neck, my back. Oh, somebody hit me. I got to go to therapy, constant therapy. And then they milk it and milk it. That's a lot of money. The first time we ever got any type of body, David's fighting it right now. He's been doing a good job fighting it. But the first time we ever got any bodily claims was when we came downtown to DMD5. Why? Because we got a lot of these downtown routes. The chances of you being around people is higher. We're in the city as opposed to where we was before. We was doing this 2019, 2020, 2021. For 3 years, I'm not saying we didn't get no claims. We got claims. Like, what's the joint called? If it's not bodily, what is it called?
Like collision?
It's collision. I think it's collision. Is it called collision?
Liability? Or?
No. What's it called, Dave, when it's not bodily? What's the other claim?
Property.
Is it property?
Yeah, so you got property, you got collision. Yeah, it's property, collision, and then bodily.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, thank you. Yes, property. That's the word. Bodily is the highest. That's where you can get to a point where you don't get renewed, right? And then that jeopardizes your contracts. You get no insurance. So that's why a lot of times, Leon and Dave will try to work it out. We got a deal. Hey, don't give out no insurance information. We got a process. You guys have been following the process. If we got to pay out of pocket, because, we got to go a whole year. We're having low claims, no bodily property, and then renew it, and then our claims go down, right? So if we was to stay, they'll exit our one DSP, and guess what? They're going to say, okay, you know what? You guys are performing. We're going to give you half of downtown, and we don't want to do downtown. Downtown is not good for us. That's something we are aware of. So if it's a choice between staying in the building and getting downtown or leave, we'd rather leave. Even if they was to give us 40 routes, 50 routes, because that's putting way too much people on the road and it exposes us with too much liability. You want to answer that? Or are you good?
No, I agree with you.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to make sure I'm talking a lot, but I'm just letting you guys know because I wanted to talk to you guys first, So just to let you know the thinking behind this. Again, we don't want to move, man. Moving is a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot to move. We got the relationships with the OTR Kathy. We got the relationship with the building. We got, we doing good. Everything is relationships. So if you move, guess what you got to do? You got to restart the relationships. Even though people may know us, it's different when you're in the building and that's your base. And we can do that. But guess what? DMD5 long-term is not the best decision for Proy as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no success going down the road. So that's why we was like, you know what? Let's see how Prime plays out. And I'm looking at the numbers. I just gave you the numbers. 78,000 packages delivered. We should be at 100,000. Easy. Right? So because we're not at 100,000, we put in for a transfer. So we're going to be moving. Today is the 29th of July. Our last day at DMD5 is going to be August 18th. And then we're moving to better opportunities, which is going to, like Cass mentioned, it could turn into TCO, could turn into more routes. The name of the game is routes and volume and packages. And then when you have the routes and volume and packages, then we hit the scorecard. We hit the Fantastic Plus. We hit the reliability. Then we can start having conversations that make sense business-wise. But there's no conversations if you're running 15 routes. That don't make sense. You guys know this. So again, we wanted to have this conversation first with you guys. And you hear it from us directly, not hear no whispers or anything like that. Like I said, we've been having this conversation, but we don't like to talk about things unless we know for sure what's happening. We got some dates and it's moving like how it's supposed to move,
Yeah, there's still some things we're working out. Like we don't know wave time yet. We'll figure that out. So we're going to open up to questions in a second. I do want to say, in front of you guys, Joe worked hard. Joe's one of the best negotiators I know. At first, they did not want us to leave. you know, they were really fighting us to stay, and then saying, hey, let's see if we can move out. Really, really fighting us to stay. But he went to bat. He kept going up the ladder for Amazon. And I'm sitting on these calls like, wow, like he really was fighting for this team, really, really fighting for this team. And yeah, because like I said, we don't like to go back on our word. If we say, yo, we're setting this up because we said this was the year. I don't know if you guys have sat any of the strategy meetings we've had. We're going to have a meeting with you guys. I think we're having a leadership meeting, an in-person leadership meeting the day before we start. So August 19th, look for that. We'll have like a nice in-person leadership meeting where you guys we'll come together and we'll have some conversations before we start. It's like I said, it's going to be a really good reset for us. But just so you guys know, we're fighting for the team. You specifically as leadership, if we were to stay at DMD5, you guys would not have any. There would be no room.
There'd be no work.
There'd be no room to do anything more for you guys. And then after a while, like we're not really making anything right now, really from DMD5. It's just like something like just like break even, right? We used to be an 80 route company back in the day, 80 routes. When we had 50 routes, we was like, we was still doing great. We're not a 15 route company. That is literally insanity. We have too many leaders on our team to be a 15 route company. We can't, our business model can't support that because we have leaders in place. If it was just me and Joe running it, 15 routes would be no problem. But because we do have leaders in place and we look to you guys to run it, and we want to look to you guys to run it so that you do have that leadership experience, we're not a 15 route company, and we can't survive off 15 routes and have leaders. It can't happen. So I just really want to acknowledge Joe, your hard work in getting us out of DMD5 and onto greener pastures so that we can keep our word and do more for the team.
Yeah. This is a team effort, right? Cass is the one that was able to point out, hey, the accidental stuff and the claims and all that. So, just collectively as a team, right? We work as a team, play off each other's strengths. But at the end of the day, financially, DMD5 does not make sense. I even thought about, should we have went to Upper Marlboro? But coulda, shoulda, woulda. You don't know. Hindsight is 2020. That would have been another issue. Now, why did we end up doing DMD6? Because
we were looking out for the team.
We're looking out for the team. And really, no, just to be honest, yes.
Yeah,
but
to be close to the Baltimore so they can get there easily.
No, that's DMD5. I'm saying, why did we decide to go back to DMD6?
Where we're going now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So what you want to touch on that with DMD5?
Oh, yeah. When we first went to DMD5, we had options to go to different places. Like a lot of people were just dropping their entire teams and
starting over.
Yeah, you don't have to. Y'all don't have to look to me to confirm this. Y'all can ask, people that have been here. But some people just dropping their entire teams and be like, I'm just going to start over. We didn't want to do that when we went to DMD5. So what we did when they gave us all the options, we thought, what's the most convenient option for our team? And we knew we had a majority of our team was living in Baltimore. So we said, we'll go to DMD5, understanding that there was going to be some downtown. We didn't know it was going to be that bad, but we wanted to take care of our team. But then we got there. A lot of our team ended up leaving anyway, but we did try to do what was best for what we thought was best for our team at that time, instead of just like wiping everybody out and going up further north or whatever that is. We said, we're going to try to figure out where our team lives and try to work as close to where they live as possible, because DBA2 shut down.
Yeah. So that was different. The building shut down. That was a different reason why we moved. This move is we are initiating the move. Proy. We are initiating the move saying this is not the best business decision for us, and we're performing at a high level. Guess what? They wouldn't even listen to us if we was performing at a low level, right? If we was performing at a low level, you have no room to stand on. There's no emotions. There's no how long you've been here. It's what are you doing now? Are you performing now? Are you a good partner now? Are you reliable now? Right? So we'll open up for questions, but I just want to just let you guys know that if it's up to us, we'd rather stay where we're at and get the volume and just keep running because we know how to do it. But I can't, if we was to wait for Amazon to make the decision, then we're putting the ball on their court, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep the ball on our court. Another thing is we heard that possibly in DMD6, they're going to be routed for electric vans. So I heard they're doing some construction over there as well, which is the future anyway. So again, we looked at this up, down, left, and right. So again, we're letting you guys know as leadership how we're moving. But yeah. So that's really it. That's really it. Yeah, you want to do questions? You said?
Yeah, there's open for questions.
Yeah, we could do questions.
So you could type your questions in here. Yeah, Dave said we're not telling the team until tonight at 9. So do not be on your phone right now. Text in. Don't be putting this in slang. None of that.
Yeah.
But any questions that you have, they'll go ahead and type them in. And I know this impacts you, but also think about it in terms of where do we want to be? Do we want to be in a place where you're going to be stuck and you're going to be in the same role and in the same place financially, or do we want to open it up so that we can have more opportunity? That's basically what it is.
Yeah. And the only reason we're saying don't say nothing to the team, because we don't want to try to answer everybody's individual questions and then people start,
and how you say it may not be how we would say it.
Right.
And what will happen is y'all, everybody be out on routes because the team is dropping out because the news was delivered in a way that will hit people more negatively if it versus it coming directly from us. So if you have that that itch, talk to each other.
Yeah. Just like you're hearing this from us. You don't want to hear this from Kathy. You don't want to hear this from nobody else. You want to hear this from us. A lot of times people say things and it don't be true. You know what I'm saying? So,
or it's not presented in the spirit with which you would present it, because that's also two parts of communication: is how it's delivered and then the words that are delivered. So always remember that how it's delivered and what way it's delivered matters. So don't just, I've got a new car, so I'm in. Okay. All right. So we would need to know if you guys plan to move with us. We're not forcing you to. If you're saying, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go on, Shazi's team. We've seen plenty of our team on Shazi's team. Or y'all want to, join somebody else that's staying where it is. No blood, no bad blood. Everybody's got to make the decision that's right for their families, right? And for themselves. So we're not forcing you to go with us. So do not feel like you are forced. If you make that decision, it's a decision that you're making. But we want you to come with us. We have a wonderful team. So if you want to transition, we need to know. And if you don't want to transition to DMD6, let us know. And just so that you guys know, it's very close to our office. It's really close to the old DBA2, just a couple minutes from the old DBA2. So it's in the Hanover near the airport area. So, yeah.
So more routes, more money, less work. Yeah,
yes,
for sure,
yes, that's exactly what it is.
For sure.
Yeah, y'all remember how we used to do? We had 50 routes, 80 routes. Boy, we used to be.
Yeah.
We was living it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember them days. We was living it up. It was nice. Yeah. We was just able to hit people off constantly. Yeah. We can't do that right now.
No, not as much. And we got to move before peak. Peak is where the money is. Prime, they had their record-breaking sales. If it doesn't matter to anybody, the only reason it matters to me is where it lets me see the future. That's the only reason why it matters. They hit about $14 billion. I'll post it for you guys. $14 billion in sales in 2 days. And that lets me know, typically, Prime is a precursor for what's about to happen in Prime. So we got to be positioned. And, if we can continue doing what we got to do, we got to keep moving forward. So you're right, like you said, exactly, embracing change. So again, moving is not I'm not too fond of moving, but I noticed the ones that's able to adapt, they're able to get ahead of things. So I think this will be a good thing for us. We'll have a process in place, I'm sure, on you guys letting us know,
yeah. So this is what we'll do. We don't know the times yet, Armante. Sorry, they haven't given us wave times yet. We have to go meet with them. We have to do a meet and greet with them. Just so you guys know, Kathy is aware. I don't know, not very many people at D5 are aware, but Kathy is aware. When we were getting close to making a decision, we went ahead and put a bug in her ear because we want to be fair to her, right? So we did have a conversation with her and told her what we were thinking about, and she was like, "Wow." She didn't want to see us go. Kathy's cool. Kathy has really, really helped us.
She wants us to stay there because she's going to get promoted.
Yeah.
That's what it is. She's going to get promoted. Likability or not, she want to get promoted, and she's
Yeah.
leveraging off of us.
Yeah, so we don't know the wave times yet, but we'll find out after our meet and greet. Like I said, we're gonna give you guys a chance to make some changes, right? If we're going to a new space, we want to know like what can we do from the start to make sure it's good. But as far as who wants to go and who wants to stay, it looks like we agree what they have to offer. Time to yes,
Exactly.
Yes, we want to grow. We want to grow. We don't want to go backwards, and that's exactly what we've done at DMD5. We went backwards as far as like our route count, our package count, everything went down.
And giving them a chance to tell us, hey, the numbers are going up, the numbers are going up. And granted, the OTR team at DMD5 did a good job. They give us miss sorts. People cube out from other companies. They give us that. So they do what they can, but they can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this is what I would like you to do. Everybody that's a leader, right? If you're in fleet or if you're in quality or you are a actual lead, like going out and going out with the team. I want you to send us a note. If you could send it to us, today is Monday. I'm gonna give you a couple days. If you can give us by end of day Wednesday, let us know if you plan on staying, like if you want to move with us, or if you have more questions, or if you're not going to move with us. One of those three things. I can't make a decision right now because of ABCD, or I have made a decision now. What? You're going to come with us? Yeah. We love that. Thank you, Dave. I hope Leon will as well. He's in the office in Asia. Well, so that's good. So send us a message by end of day Wednesday saying if you're going to move with us, or if you're not. Y'all showing out today. Are y'all not gonna come, or you have more questions? Put me, Joe, and Dave on that message, please. Me, Joe, and Dave on that message. We need that message by the end of the day Wednesday. Like I said, you can say you have more questions. That is okay. Or you can say I'm leaving. This is not right for me, and there's no bad blood. Or the baby's leaving. Bye, babies. Okay, give me 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. I just gotta give hugs.
Okay. Well, either way, let us know ahead of time, please. Please, Asia, we'll talk definitely. Don't wait last minute, please. Let us know. Just like we're telling you ahead of time. It's August 18th. It's a way ahead of time. Do not wait last minute. If you know, take time. Don't tell us an answer now. But if you know, damn, I'm not gonna be able to move. This is not gonna work for me. No problem. If we can do what we can do to plug you somewhere, I'll do my best to plug you. I'm just talking to leadership, not everybody, just leadership. So I'll go out my way to make sure if you cannot move with us, I will personally try to plug you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to pass that off. I'll take that on because I can I can have some conversations. Now I don't know what position you may be in and stuff like that because I can't control their culture. But at least make sure you got some money coming in. But if you want to move with us and you're good, then you're good. But again, I'm not going to offer that to everybody because I can't do it for 50 people on the team. I can only do it for leadership because you guys invest more than the average person. So because of that, I can invest into you guys and make sure that you guys are good. You know what I'm saying? So, but please, if you're moving, no problem. We're good. Everybody's going to be good and it's going to be up from here. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like, damn, it's not going to work for me, then, if you can make it work, cool. I don't want to mess up your situation. You know what I'm saying? But I do think we got a good thing here. And I do think this program is still very, very young. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This program is only 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, if again, this is only for leadership. If you cannot move with us, let me know. And then I can see what I can do for you guys.
All right. Yeah, I am pretty attached to you guys. So as Joe has said, if you can't come, it's going to be difficult, but we will do our best to make sure that you are taken care of. And also if we have any team members, this is the team members that have been with us for a long time, we want to make sure that, we at least, put in a good word for them because the other companies are going to have to go up anyway, right? So
Oh yeah.
we want to make sure that we put a good word for them. You know, they're just some people you just get attached to. So yeah. But yeah, we're excited because I like to keep my word, and we're not stingy people. We're not trying to. I know y'all be like, "Oh, y'all used to do this. Y'all used to do that." Yeah, we did. We can't do.
When we have routes,
we
and we have packages, and we have volume.
Yeah, we had to make 2 huge pivots this year because our insurance rates spiked tremendously, and then our routes declined. So that's just not a good combination. So being able to move, and then we already know our insurance is going to be amazing going into 2025. I'm so happy about that. I know it's going to be great because we are taking care of those claims. And then also shout outs to Dave and Leon for working that out. And then on the Fantastic Plus, our quality team is on it. I know Asia's getting ready to head out here. And then the leads, you guys, I can't name off all you guys top of my head because I'll be always forgetting one person and it'd be looking terrible. And Fleet, you know, I'm just really impressed by this team, and I don't want to not be able to do for you guys because of where we are. It doesn't make sense for you guys to be performing like you are, and then we can't do anything. It just doesn't make sense. So, all right. Anything else?
No, please don't say nothing to the team. We're gonna have a town hall meeting.
9 o'clock.
All right,
You have to
keep it
last like
if you're
6 hours and 15 minutes.
If you're gonna talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to each other,
That's
call
it.
each other up.
You know, and that's how it works. And whoever was not on the call, you know, fill them in. And if they want to watch the recording, tell them to watch the recording. But tell them don't say nothing to anybody outside of leadership, please, please, please.
Yeah.
Just so we can tell everybody.
I do have something I want to point out. When we are moving, one thing to note is that it's going to take us a little while to catch up financially because we have been at 14, 15 routes for so long. We did have a decent prime, but it's going to take us a little bit to catch up financially. So I think because day one, it's like, oh, this is going to change like this. We got to get a few months under our belts at a higher route count before we can do something. You know what I'm saying? Just a few months because we have, you know, we've been sacrificing. We've been sacrificing to make sure and fighting to get out of there and all that good stuff. So just know that it's not going to be no overnight thing because it wasn't an overnight thing to get here, right? For months, we've been in this kind of sending people home. That was never part of our culture. We never send people home. Never send people home. Now it's a regular occurrence. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that doesn't look good on the business.
It does.
Sending people home and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never did that before. It was weird to do that. Okay, that was that.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right, guys.
Keep it to yourselves.
Yes, please enjoy. Have fun. Enjoy the weather and eat Skittles and a lot of junk food.
No, because then it'd be sick.
Yeah.
Drink water and Gatorade and coconut water.
Yeah.
All right.